How to create a debt-free life, tips for achieving financial freedom. What is debt? Debt is often thought of as something negative, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, debt can be a useful tool for achieving financial freedom. Here are some tips for creating a debt-free life. Number 1. Make a plan. The first step to becoming debt-free is to make a plan. Decide how much money you need to live on each month, and then figure out how much you can afford to put towards your debt. Number 2. Attack the highest interest rate debts first. Once you have a plan, start by attacking the debts with the highest interest rates. This will save you money in the long run and help you become debt-free faster. Number 3. Consider consolidating your debts. If you have multiple debts with different interest rates, consolidating them into one loan can save you money on interest payments. The causes of debt. Debt is something that can happen to anyone. There are many causes of debt, but some are more common than others. One of the most common causes of debt is job loss. When people lose their jobs, they often have a hard time making ends meet and may start to rely on credit cards or loans to make up the difference. This can quickly lead to a spiral of debt that is difficult to get out of. Another common cause of debt is medical bills. Even with insurance, medical bills can be very expensive and often come as a surprise. This can leave people struggling to pay off the debt, especially if they are already on a tight budget. Finally, another cause of debt that is becoming more common is student loans. With the cost of tuition rising, more and more students are taking out loans to pay for their education. The consequences of debt. Debt is often thought of as something that only affects adults, but the truth is, it can have a profound impact on young people as well. According to a study by the non-profit organization Young Invincible, millennials who have student loan debt are more likely to delay major life milestones like marriage, homeownership, and starting a family. The consequences of debt don't stop there. Research has shown that debt can also lead to mental and physical health problems. A study published in the Journal of Epidemiology and AMP, Community Health found that people with debt were more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and depression than those without debt. Debt can also take a toll on your physical health. One study found that it was linked with an increased risk of heart disease. So what can you do to avoid the negative consequences of debt? Number 1. Pay off your credit cards as quickly as possible. Many people are tempted to use their credit card to pay for purchases they can't afford, but that's exactly what got them into debt in the first place. Paying off your credit cards each month is great for your financial health, but it can also be good for your mental health. For example, one study found that people who paid off their credit cards each month were less likely to experience anxiety and depression than those who didn't. Number 2. Don't borrow money to pay off your credit cards. If you're trying to pay off your credit cards, don't use a home equity loan or a second mortgage. That's just going to create more debt for you. Number 3. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all of your assets into one investment, like a 401k. You want to diversify so that if you lose money in one investment, it won't take down everything else. Be sure to keep some cash on hand, too. Number 4. Don't get overwhelmed by all the debt solutions out there. There are many ways to pay off your credit card debt, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. But if you have a plan in place, you can make it happen. Number 5. Don't be afraid to cut up your cards. If you're not going to use a credit card, don't carry it. Get rid of it and get a debit card instead. If you don't have the money, don't spend it. Number 6. Don't forget to pay yourself when you're paying off debt. It can seem like all you do is pay down your credit card balance. But you also have to put money away in savings and retirement accounts. If not, what will you use for a rainy day? Number 7. Talk to a credit counselor. If you're struggling to pay off your debt, a credit counselor can help you create a plan to get out of debt. With their expertise and advice, you'll be able to make progress in less time than it would take on your own. Number 8. Be honest with yourself and others. A financial windfall is a great thing to have, but don't let it get in the way of your debt repayments. If you get an unexpected bonus or inheritance, use it to pay down your debt instead of buying something new. Number 9. Review your budget and prioritize. If you love saving for the future but can't afford to pay down your debt, start by cutting back on things that are less pressing. This can be anything from lattes and lunches out to gym memberships, magazine subscriptions, or cable TV. Number 10. Make a plan that works for you. If you've hit a roadblock in your debt repayment progress, figure out what's going on and make a plan to get back on track. Most importantly, be honest with yourself so you can get back to your goal as quickly as possible. How to create a debt-free life. Debt can feel like a heavy burden, weighing you down and preventing you from achieving your financial goals. But it doesn't have to be that way. By following these simple tips, you can create a debt-free life and achieve financial freedom. Number 1. Make a budget. This is the first and most important step to take when trying to get out of debt. Determine what your income is and what your regular expenses are, then figure out how much you can afford to put towards paying off your debt each month. Number 2. Create a debt payoff plan. Once you know how much money you can realistically put towards debt each month, it's time to create a plan for how you're going to pay it off. Start with the debts with the highest interest rates first, and make sure to make at least the minimum payments on all of your debts every month. No. 3. Make your debt payoff plan a priority. Once you have a plan in place, it's time to put it into action. Make your plan a priority, and don't allow yourself to get distracted. Number 4. Be disciplined about paying off debt. Once you have a plan in place, it's time to execute it. The most important thing is to be disciplined. Don't make excuses, don't give up, and don't get distracted by other things. Number 5. Stick to your plan. If you're not making progress, it's probably because you're not sticking to your plan. If you are finding that you're falling behind, evaluate your plan and see what you can do differently to get back on track. Number 6. Reward yourself for reaching milestones. If you're getting close to paying off a debt, reward yourself and give yourself a reason to keep going. This doesn't have to be expensive either. Think about what will motivate you, and then do it when you reach your goal. Number 7. Do the math. If you've been trying to pay off your debt and it doesn't seem like you're making any progress, take a minute to do the math. Are you really paying less interest than you were before? Is your income enough to cover the payments? You may be surprised by the outcome. Number 8. Learn to say no. If you're in debt, chances are you've been overextending yourself. It's time to get back in control of your finances and learn how to say no when you need to. Number 9. Start saving. If you're not in debt, that's great. But it doesn't mean you have to stop saving. More money in the bank means less stress and more security in your life. Number 10. Get a financial advisor or coach. If you don't have someone to talk to about your finances, consider hiring a financial advisor or coach. You might feel more comfortable talking to someone who isn't personally involved in your life, and they can give you objective advice based on their experience. Number 11. Get a good night's sleep. Being well rested will help you make better decisions, and it can even increase your productivity. Number 12. Eat a healthy diet. Eating a balanced diet can help with everything from your energy level to your mood to your ability to focus on task at hand. Number 13. Exercise regularly. Exercise releases endorphins that make you feel happier, and it helps your body process stress. Number 14. Take time for yourself. It's a cliche because it works. Take time for yourself every day. Number 15. Be kind to others. Kindness is a pretty universal good mood booster. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe for more videos. Financial freedom is a state many people aspire to. It means having no debt and being able to live comfortably without worrying about money. There are a few key things you can do to achieve financial freedom. First, you need to have a plan. This means knowing how much debt you have and making a budget to pay it off. You should also set aside money each month to save up for emergencies. Second, you need to be disciplined with your spending. Track where your money goes and make adjustments accordingly. Finally, you need to stay positive and motivated throughout the process. Achieving financial freedom takes time and effort, but it is possible with the right mindset and approach. Start by taking small steps and working towards your goal of being debt-free. Soon, you will be on your way to enjoying a life of financial security and peace of mind.